everything possible to ensure they are comfortable for the meantime they are here, and also to assure them and to tell them that their communities are being rebuilt in not too distant future.
Leaders of the internally displaced persons expressed confidence with President Buhari on improving security and peace mission. In Gombe, Usman Aliu, NTA News.
Country. Acting Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Sadona Davis, stated this during the training conference of Deputy Defense Attachés and Librarians in Abuja. Defense correspondent Keji Busari Ahmed reports.
The role of intelligence gathering in national security cannot be overemphasized, especially in the face of global terrorism, which Nigeria has had a fair share. It is indeed the bedrock of national security. Little wonder the Defense Intelligence Agency is to redesign its intelligence architecture to meet the emerging trend in national security.
We are designing a new template on which intelligence reporting will be based. It could be proactive. It will be proactive intelligence and not intelligence based on incident report and still news, which is ineffective.
During the 2016 training conference of the Deputy Defense Attaché and Librarians in Abuja, Major General Sadona Davis said the training and retraining of personnel will ensure a viable intelligence gathering that will put to an end insurgency in the country. The theme of this year's conference is the role of Defense Attaché system in confronting the emerging challenges to Nigeria's security. Keji Busari Ahmed, NTA News.
And still ahead, Africa marks Vaccination Week. The details when we return.
Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you.
Gono, Chairman, announcer.
Across Nigeria, there are more than 101 tourist and cultural destinations that can account for over 1 trillion naira in national revenues if properly harnessed. With profitable opportunities across its multiple value chain and to promote the Nigerian culture and tourism sector for optimum economic development, the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, is inviting stakeholders to the 2016 National Summit on Culture and Tourism. Theme: Repositioning Culture and Tourism in a Diversified Economy. Special guest of honor, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Exhibition and Gala Night, 27 April 2016, 7 p.m. Conference opening and plenaries, 28th and 29th April 2016, 8 a.m. daily. Venue, Congress Hall, Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Signed, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Culture.
There's a place where investment makes so much sense. Do you want to know?
You are invited to Katsina Economic and Investment Summit.
Summit theme: Unlocking investment potentials for sustainable development. Speakers: a team of experts. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Date: 9 to 11th of May 2016. Venue: Muhammadu Buhari House, New Katsina State Government House, Katsina, Nigeria.
Jennifer, where's my money? I never have it. So you have money to buy recharge card when you are still owing me happy? I haven't bought me. It's only 200 naira recharge card I buy. Just wait and let me come back. You will see. Where will I come and found this girl money now? I used to call my mother. I need the money.
This is Honorable's wife.
Who is this?
Forget flavor, hada, color stew, price, has, hada. Yes, uncle, I have bank account.
Get more for free on every 100 naira recharge. Enjoy 400 naira talk time to call all networks, plus 75 megabytes of ultra high-speed data worth 300 naira, which includes 25 megabytes data free to give someone.
No mago.
Dial *303# to subscribe to Glow Talk Special.
Ah, you back?
The largest data network.
That's only fair. If you study hard, you deserve good grades. That's only fair. If you train hard, you deserve to win the prize. That's only fair. If you work hard as an employee, you should have something to show for it. That's only fair. At Premium Pension, we understand it's what you put in that guarantees a secure future. Talk to us today about your pension plan. Premium Pension. The future starts now.
It's still NTA Network News reaching you from the nation's capital, Abuja. The Court of Appeal has struck out a motion filed by Senate President Bukola Saraki on his trial at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. This follows the withdrawal of the motion by his legal team. Judiciary correspondent Femi Okewu reports.
Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki on Monday withdrew a motion on notice filed at the Court of Appeal, praying the court to stop his trial at the Code of Conduct Tribunal pending the determination of his appeal. The motion was withdrawn by Saraki's lead counsel, Chief Kanu Agabi SAN, who did not state any reason for the withdrawal. Presiding Judge, Justice Abdul Aboki, therefore struck out the motion, but no date has been given for the hearing of the substantive appeal. Meanwhile, the legal team of the Senate President has filed a further and better affidavit in support of its motion to have Justice Danladi Umar disqualify himself from the case at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. This is expected to help the team move its motion at the next sitting of the tribunal, an attempt which was declined at the last sitting. In Abuja, Femi Okewu, NTA News.
Nigerians have again been assured of the fulfillment of all the campaign promises of President Muhammadu Buhari. The assurance was given by some top members of the All Progressives Congress at a book presentation by former Information Minister Prince Tony Momo. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday has details.
The book, Each Man His Time, The Biography of an Era, is a 5-chapter and 373-page book written by the foremost journalist and former Minister of Information, whom participants say the history of political succession in Nigeria cannot be written without him. Minister of Science and Technology Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu represented President Muhammadu Buhari.
2016 budget is yet to be signed, and once that budget is on, the program of this administration will bring change. We're going to work to make sure that jobs are created and, above all, that our economy grows. This administration will do the same in the economy as it has done in the security, the image of the country.
He has documented, essential history.
One is for one to have the knowledge, and the other is for him to release it.
Go and see his writings as gospels to young people to take on the part of patriotism and the part of righteousness.
Secure the land you want to govern. Stabilize that land, and prosperity will emerge. There is no magic. You cannot say, let there be roads, let there be water, let there be light, without going through the processes.
Prince Tony Momo, whose 77th year birthday and 47 years in marriage coincides with the book presentation. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
A technical committee set up by the Head of Service of the Federation on Enterprise Culture and Commercial Orientation in the Federal Civil Service has submitted its report with the establishment of commercial business units in ministries, departments and agencies as a major recommendation. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday again reports.
To reposition the service.
The acting chairman of the committee, Ayodele Folayan, while presenting the report, says it is in line with the desire of the head of service to inculcate in all public servants efficient use of resources to maximize performance and make profits where possible.
Should operate alongside the newly created public-private partnership units across the ministry.
The head of service in her response said the idea is a foundation that will turn around the fortunes of civil servants and the federal government.
An enterprise culture which can help to generate independent generated revenue for government and build up the resources that we are all direly looking for.
Mrs. Oyoita said if fully implemented, the policy will open up opportunities for career growth, expansion, and industrial exchange programs. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps is renewing its ties with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, to restore sanity in the issuance of the National Driver's License and ensuring a corrupt-free process. FRSC Corps Marshal Boboye Oyeyemi, in a meeting with the ICPC Chairman Ekpunta at the ICPC headquarters in Abuja, said the Corps is focused on its mandate of ensuring total safety on Nigerian roads and maintaining its integrity. Salihu Abdullahi tells us more.
Boboye Oyeyemi said the issue of fake driver's licenses is becoming a major challenge to the Corps. The request for the ICP's support in sanitizing the system by helping it detect fraudsters and bringing them to book.
People will go and do fake license for 20,000, whereas officials rate is 6,350. And no Nigerian is expected to do more than that, but we've been battling with this. And it has already been level that we need the support of ICPC. Nigerians must pay the prescribed rates.
While pledging the Commission's readiness to work with the FRSC to ensure that those who engaged in parallel production of vehicle documents are identified and punished.
The issue of the driver's license has much more serious implications for Nigeria than what we're even seeing here. Internationally, there's the reciprocity aspect of it. You can use your licenses outside. But when they begin to verify licenses and take it to the Nigerian embassy, and the embassy says, we're not too sure if this is fake, because it's the same color, you begin to bring the integrity of the whole country.
The ICPC boss, Ekpunta, enjoined the Nigerians to join in the task of making the nation's road safer. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Chairman House Committee on Interior, Jagaba Adams Jagaba, says it is the tradition of the House of Representatives to give fair hearing to all parties involved in any matter before making its position known to the public. This was at an investigative hearing over the alleged assault of Representative Onyemechi Mrakwo by officers of the Nigerian Prison Service. National Assembly correspondent Fanyi Zumba reports.
Assault was said to have occurred on Wednesday, 20th April 2016. Representative Onyemechi Mrakwo explained she was about leaving the National Assembly to attend to church matters when some officers of the Nigerian Prison Service on the convoy of the Controller of Prisons assaulted her.
The first one of them, who was on glasses, came and started banging at my vehicle at the driver's side. Another bang at my right hand. The person by the right hand side, what I heard was like this: "You prostitute."
Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to state here that the House, by extension, this committee, has not taken any position on the matter.
Nobody is going to rush to judgment. Evidences and testimonies will be presented. The committee, I believe, will do a thorough and objective job.
Some eyewitnesses has this to say.
So, as I saw him coming down from the vehicle now, with his hand up, facing the rest of the convoy at the back. When she removed her eyeglass, then she now said, "You hit me on my eye."
The Controller of Prisons, Ekpendo Peter Ezenwa, who described the incident as embarrassing, explained that his convoy had passed before the incident happened.
But please, whatever it is, try and assist us so that this matter will be resolved amicably.
The committee will come up with a recommendation, says the chairman. From the National Assembly, Ifeanyi Esumba, NT News.
Going into some health matters now, Nigeria joins 46 other countries in the African region to commemorate the 6th African Vaccination Week. Executive Director, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Ado Mohammed, at a media conference, said the agency is targeting internally displaced persons and communities with low immunization coverage in selected council areas in Oyo State and IDPs camps in Borno State to commemorate the week. Health correspondent Rabi Abdallah reports.
Immunization is free and life-saving, as findings show that immunizing children against the childhood killer diseases guarantee their chances of survival. Yet, vaccine-preventable diseases account for over 40% of under-5 mortality. The theme for this year's African Vaccination Week, which is Close the Gap, Stay Polio-Free, draws attention on the need to attain universal immunization coverage in the African region.
This is very apt for us in Nigeria as we strive to maintain our zero-case status, focusing on the vulnerable population with low immunization coverage. This explains why we recently had local immunization days in 70 vulnerable local government areas in the southern part of the country between the 9th and 12th of April this year. And the essence is for us to guide against reinfection with polio virus in those particular locations.
Ensure the high-level commitment from the federal, the state governments, and LCA levels in leadership and financial commitment to immunization.
Other development partners reiterated their commitments to support the federal government to ensure that Nigeria is certified polio-free in 2017, with the reminder that immunization is the right of every child and the responsibility of all. In Abuja, Rabi Abdullah, NTA News.
Nigeria has been applauded for achieving a marginal reduction in malaria incidences as the country joins the rest of the world to mark World Malaria Day to create awareness. Experts say consistent and correct use of long-lasting insecticidal nets is a step towards breaking the chain in transmission. Aisha Uba Ali reports.
An estimated 240 million clinical malaria cases recorded globally in 2015 and 438,000 deaths. Africa is set to claim about 90% of these deaths. This fundamentally shows that malaria is a global public health and developmental challenge of not only Nigeria, but the world at large. Children and pregnant women have been identified as the most vulnerable group. Government intervention is to see how it can achieve the National Strategic Plan 2015.
Encouraging the people to play their role in the fight against malaria. I wish to solicit your continued support like Oliver does. Until the battle is over, it is not yet over.
Means that the children who are the most vulnerable population in this area are now given a preventive course, a preventive treatment that will prevent them from getting malaria within these 4 months.
That the fight for malaria cannot be controlled using one strategy. Malaria is controlled through use of a combination of scientifically proven strategies that work.
The choice of the theme, End Malaria for Good, yes, it is achievable by the World Health Organization, is connected with the global reduction of malaria prevalence. In Abuja, Aisha Uba Ali, NTA News.
And still on countering malaria, a study by Mortine, a brand product of Reckitt Benckiser Company, on the efficacy of strict adherence to the World Health Organization 3 core integrated malaria prevention methods, has proven a 55% reduction rate of the disease burden. The research was carried out in Koshofel local government area of Lagos State on children. Chimdima Ndubisi has the details.
It is encouraging to know that although malaria remains a significant public health problem in Nigeria, the burden has reduced significantly.
The reduction of malaria disease burden in Nigeria is a feat attributed to the collaborative efforts of the federal government, development partners, and corporate establishments like Reckitt Benckiser, owner of Morten aerosol spray brand. For over 10 years of Morten's existence in Nigeria, it has been partnering with state and federal governments in fighting malaria. From 2012 to date, the company has sensitized over 1 million mothers at primary health care facilities on malaria prevention and eradication methods. Their latest is what is tagged Morten on a community research project.
What we did is to adopt a community, which is Kosofe local government,
We took them through the 3 integrated approaches of managing of malaria prevention: use an insecticide-treated net, use an aerosol spray like Mortein, clean your environment. Mortein kills mosquitoes dead, 100% dead.
And the result? A 55% reduction in malaria cases in the communities.
We are, in addition, going into homes, educating people, and leaving behind a booklet to enable them to become more informed about how to prevent malaria.
Based on this, Mortein is scaling up the scope of the project to involve 20 more grassroots communities in Lagos State. In Abuja, Chimdema Ndubisi, NTA News.
And there's more on World Malaria Day as we join Jennifer in our Lagos Network Center. Well, Jenny, I guess it goes without saying that all of us are strong advocates to end malaria for good, aren't we?
Of course, because we take malaria and mosquito for granted, but it's a killer fever that we should eradicate. Good evening and a warm welcome to Lagos. A strategic public and private sector intervention aimed at building an effective public health care in Nigeria has been emphasized in Lagos. The event, organized by the Private Sector Health Alliance and Access Bank, is part of activities to mark this year's World Malaria Day. Kenegbeluge reports that the theme of the roundtable is Malaria Elimination in Nigeria, Challenges and Opportunity for Investment.
Malaria is a preventable and life-threatening disease. The disease, according to World Malaria Report 2015, accounts for about 300,000 deaths annually. The bulk of those affected, the report says, are women and children. The participants at the forum examined the need to build a sustainable health care system to eliminate the disease.
Access Bank continues to find ways to substantially or sustainably support the efforts of government, non-profits, medical, pharmaceutical companies, as they prevent and treat disease, especially as they disproportionately affect the people of Africa.
Apart from promoting strategic advocacy to encourage preventive measures, participants also identified the need for stakeholders, particularly the private sector, to invest in research.
Nigeria can achieve significant progress if we make up our minds and if all leaders align, as we are seeing with the private sector, joining with the public sector.
So there's a space for private sector to collaborate with the private sector to actually effectively address the elimination of malaria.
The forum examined papers on overview of the malaria landscape in Nigeria, mobilizing private sector capabilities towards government's pre-elimination agenda and mapping private sector malaria investment for maximum effect.
To bring together business leaders to address the significant funding gaps that we have in terms of the malaria interventions required to get down to zero.
The Private Sector Health Alliance of Nigeria is a private sector initiative aimed at creating innovations and interventions to saving lives. In Lagos, Ken Igbeluge, NTA News.
More efforts there to help eradicate malaria. We'll take a commercial break now. The news returns shortly with Cyril in Abuja. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, hi, morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you today? How are you? Morning, my son.
Hello, what's up?
Welcome, man. Good morning. How are you?
Everybody is coming back to campus and nobody wants to leave. Because with Glow Campus Data Booster, you get 8 times the value of your data when you're on campus. That means 8 times your chatting, browsing, pinging, and more.
Who are these people? Come on, get this. What the?
With Glow Campus Booster, you get 8 times the value of your data plan while on campus. It now comes with free talk time. Dial *777# and choose your Campus Booster plan. The largest data network. Glow Unlimited.
The land is green. Yes, the land is green. The federal government is working diligently to keep the land green. In line with the vision of government, the Debt Management Office is committed to managing Nigeria's debt as asset for growth, development, and poverty reduction. Be a part of building a better Nigeria by investing in FGN bonds. FGN bonds offer several benefits to investors. Principal and interest are guaranteed and secured by the federal government of Nigeria. They are listed and traded on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. They can be used as collateral for borrowing. Investors receive guaranteed competitive fixed income every 6 months, as well as principal amount at maturity. You can invest as little as 10,000 naira in the FGN bond. To be part of this great offer, see your stockbroker, banks, or discount houses for details. DMO, using FGN bonds to support sustainable economic development.
Taste the feeling.
Would you like some water? It's cold, especially for you.
Which era are you living in? We have a fridge.
When everything else in your house is from the present, then why are your toilet cleaning methods from the past? Harpic, all-in-one for you. Compared to other toilet cleaners, Harpic removes top stains, kills all germs, and removes bad odors. For a shining, clean, and fresh toilet.
Wow.
You should also take the Harpic
all-in-one challenge.
Ariel claims Nigeria's best stain removal in one wash. We've come to see if it's true.
Many food greasy stains are difficult to remove because they stick to fibers, like glue. Now I'll show you how a new Ariel with grease cutting technology removes tough food stains better than the competition.
So the claim is true.
Ariel, Nigeria's best stain removal in one wash.
We're back in Abuja with the rest of the news. The Council of the Nigerian Stock Exchange expels some stockbrokers in the latest crackdown on fraudulent sale of clients' shares. The details on business news with Shion Oguli.
Here are some of the developments in the world of business, where the overnight interbank rate rose for the second consecutive week to an average of 6% last Friday, from 4.5% as commercial lenders' liquidity level dropped on payment for treasury bills purchases. Traders said liquidity levels stood around 232.85 billion naira last week, down from 414 billion naira 2 weeks ago. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, sold 167.51 billion naira worth of debts with maturities ranging between 3 months and 1 year, while payment for the purchase is due on Friday. And on the stock exchange now, the Council of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, NSE, has booted out at least 3 stockbrokers in the latest crackdown on fraudulent sale of client shares. The disciplinary committee of the NSE, the arm of the Council of the Exchange that oversees ethics and compliance, investigated and indicted the 3 stockbrokers for shares fraud, otherwise known as unauthorized sales of shares. The 3 stockbrokers, who were members and authorized dealers of the exchange, were stripped of their registration and authority to trade on the NSE for the infraction. Finally, on Business Package this time, the chairman of a Chinese wealth management company whose disappearance last week sparked alarm has strongly denied taking investors' money. Last week, Wanju Fortune said Yang Wengo had gone missing and taken 1 billion yuan. But Mr. Yang sent a video and a letter to journalists on Monday saying he had gone for a short personal trip and rejected the accusations. And that's it, all on the business news. For now, the news continues very shortly. Stay with us.
Thank you, Shion. The federal government has loaded Kebbi State farmers under the Anchor Borrowers Program and pledged to provide modern farming equipment to ease their challenges on food sufficiency. Minister of Agriculture, Audu Ogbe, gave the commendation during an assessment tour of Kebbi State in the company of the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Usman Abdullahi Shehu reports.
The Minister of Agriculture, Chief Audu Ogbe, Central Bank Governor Mr. Godwin Emefiele, and their entourage visited Suru, Augi, and Argungu local government areas to assess the level of progress on the federal government and Central Bank Anchor Borrower program in the state. The minister, who acknowledged the commitment of government and farmers in the state for actualizing the program, expressed his confidence that from what he saw and with the right support, Nigerian farmers can feed the country and leave surplus for export.
There is no way Nigeria's economic growth will happen if we don't begin in the rural areas. If Kebbi gives us 1 million tons of rice, Nigeria's need now is 7 million tons.
If Kebbi State can commit themselves to 1 million metric tons of rice, by the end of this year, I am very optimistic. I repeat, we are seeing green light at the end of the tunnel.
Farmers are sure about what the government is saying. Farmers are confident they will get inputs as and when they need it. They are not even looking for a subsidy per se. That's one of the most surprising results of what has been happening. And they are sure of their market.
Farmers in the state expressed confidence that additional areas will be covered under the program next year. In Birni Kebbi, Usman Abdullahi Shehu.
We'll take another break for more messages.
Nigeria's culture and tourism potentials in an economy that needs diversification. This is the focus on NTA Tuesday Live this week. Tuesday Live, authoritative, informative, educative, and engaging. Don't be told. Join us.
Daily exposure to different environments leads to a buildup of germs, oil, and dirt. These can cause blemishes and uneven skin tone. You need new Dettol Even Tone. It removes 99.9% of germs and is formulated to remove excess oil and dirt, helping to reduce the appearance of blemishes, giving your family the confidence of healthy, even-toned skin. For an even better you, new Dettol Even Tone.
Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
Introducing the new Dettol 55 gram soap with the same germ protection and quality at a more affordable price. Buy the new Dettol 55 gram soap for 80 naira only. Keep your family protected from germs.
VAT, Value Added Tax, is a tax paid on all goods and services and remitted by the seller of the goods or provider of the service to government. 5% VAT is added to the total cost of goods and services in Nigeria, and when remitted to government, is used for funding development. The VAT you pay will be used by government to develop our transport infrastructure, like roads and railway lines, to continually improve our educational sector by building more schools and upgrading existing ones, to provide adequate security and a better quality of life for us all. Pay your VAT. Make your contributions to the development of Nigeria. It pays to pay your tax. This message is from the Federal Inland Revenue Service.
The competition will be fierce. Today's breed of insect is super fast.
Let the game begin!
Come on, pick up the pace.
Hey, you can't catch me! No way!
Baygon effectively kills both flying and crawling insects in your home. It's our fastest multi-insect killer formula available.
Uh-oh, we've lost this race.
Baygon! Step up to fast-killing Baygon multi-insect killer. Kills insects dead. Protects your family. SC Johnson.
Six African states could wipe out malaria by 2020, WHO has said. And President Barack Obama to deploy 250 more special troops to Syria. These and more on Global Tidbits with Gabriel Odu.
South Africa, Algeria, Botswana, Cape Verde, Comoros, and Swaziland are capable of fighting malaria to a standstill by 2020. The World Health Organization added that the only African country that did not record a case of malaria in 2014 was Morocco. The number of malaria cases in South Africa have fallen from 64,000 in 2000 to 11,700 in 2014. In Burundi, General Atanese Kararuza and his wife have been killed when they were dropping off their daughter at a school near the capital Bujumbura. The daughter died hours later in hospital. Away from Africa now, U.S. President Barack Obama in faraway Germany says he is to deploy an additional 250 Special Operation Forces to Syria. The addition is to help halt the activities and expansion of ISIS. That's Global Tidbit. Gabriel Udu, NTA News.
And sports now with Kene Imagbodike.
Minister of Youth and Sports Development Solomon Dalung says there was never a time he approved the hiring of a foreign coach for the Super Eagles. Dalung made this clarification in Lagos, saying he only asked the NFF to convince him on the need for a foreign coach, adding that the two warring factions in the NFF have to put away their differences. Former Cross River State Commissioner for Special Projects Basi Okwa shot 86 goals in 67 net to emerge winner of the 2016 Captain's Cup at the IBB International Golf and Country Club Abuja weekend.
And the only way to show that you're good in golf is to win a tournament like so. And with the scores, I turned out quite good and marvelous.
Jimmy Ahmed played breast net in the men's division, while Amechi Chiwo won the men's category with 76 goals. Former captain Oludare Bello won the breast net in the tournament of captains, while NTA's Femi Okewo won breast net in special guest men. Amina Wilfred led the ladies division 1 with 77 goals in 69 net, with Farida Wada and Rachel Danjuma finishing runners-up net. The 2016 Tom Bim Tennis Open is in second week, with Nigerian players struggling to make up for their unimpressive performance in the first week. 8 Nigerian players in the competition crashed out in the first round of the first week, a situation the Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, says calls for serious concern.
There's only one advice: try as much as possible to promote the game.
Manchester City will host 10-time champions Real Madrid in their first leg semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League at the Etihad on Tuesday, with the English Premiership side looking to take a big stride towards their first-ever final appearance in the competition. On Wednesday, Bayern Munich will be guests at the Vicente Calderón, Spain, for the game against Atletico Madrid. With Sports Update, Kene Imagbodike, NTA News.
Accolades flowed freely as friends and associates of late top Nigerian patriot Dr. Tunji Braithwaite poured out their hearts at a night of tributes in his honor. Here's the report.
It was a night of sweet memories of the life and times of the social activist, political and legal icon, Dr. Tunji Braithwaite.
He shunned corruption during his time. He was for the downtrodden. He was so truthful and committed to a great nation.
Some members of the family responded to the tribute.
Apart from morality, but he had a great insight into biblical matters, things concerning Christ.
It would be recalled that Dr. Tunji Braithwaite died in Lagos on March 28 after a brief illness.
Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, his deputy Ahmed Mohamed Ketu, and the Wazir Nupe, Senator Isa Mohammed, were among thousands of Muslims who attended the funeral prayers this afternoon of the youngest wife of the Chunupe and Chairman Niger State Traditional Council, Alhaji Yahya Abubakar. Late Hajia Fatima Bintu Bagudu died on Sunday night after a protracted illness. Aged 30, Hajia Fatima is survived by her husband, Chunupe, and 2 children. She's been buried in accordance with Islamic injunctions. And now let's take a quick check on the weather.
Welcome to the weather desk. The rains seem to have thinned out, leaving cloudy conditions over most parts of the country. We do have moisture influx. However, while there appears to be a lower level convergence leading to cloud buildup, there's also an upper level divergence dispelling these same clouds that have been built up. This picture hasn't changed, and as such, we expect most parts of the country to be under cloudy and partly cloudy conditions from the south the central states and areas adjoining the high grounds of the Mambila. Towards the afternoon and evening hours, however, there are prospects of thunderstorms to affect the southeastern coast and the inland areas adjoining it. For the extreme north, sunny and dry conditions should prevail throughout the forecast period. And here's the temperature forecast.
That weather report concludes Network News tonight. We thank you for watching. Good night.
This is the network service of the NTA.
If you hear a bomb explosion or gunshots of an active shooter, that might be a terror attack. At such times, always remember 3 action words: run, hide, report. Don't try to run towards the terror scene to save the situation, because there might be a second bomb blast or another attack. Run far away and take cover. Make sure you are safe first. Yes, it is in our nature to sympathize over the hurt, but remember, only trained personnel can help in such situations. When in a secured environment, promptly call relevant authorities and help will come. For anonymous reporting, call 09630-3250-5 or 0813-2222-106. If you see something, say something. Nigeria unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Are you aware that the death percentage attributed to Lassa fever cases is currently put at 43.2%, a figure considered very high? Lassa fever, an acute viral illness characterized by high fever, muscle aches, mouth ulcers and bleeding in the skin, is harbored by rats and spread to humans via the urine and droppings of rats. To prevent Lassa fever, avoid any exposure with rodents, rats, as well as food and objects contaminated with rat secretions and excretions. Report all suspected cases of Lassa fever immediately to the nearest healthcare institution. Help prevent Lassa fever. This message is from the Federal Government of Nigeria.